Hi, I'm Jill Chivers from Shop Your Wardrobe.
And I'm Imogen Lamport from Inside Out Style blog.
And we're talking about colour in this series of videos. And one of the concepts we talked about in the last video was as we age and our personal colouring softens, how the clothing that we wear and the colours that we wear need to reflect that so that we're always on show, not the clothes and the colours that we're wearing. And this is a really important concept for women in their 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s and beyond to understand that you can't always wear the colours that you were wearing in your 20s or 30s to really look your best.
Yes. So this is why, so I've given Jill just a couple of colour paddles from the system I use, where for a long time Jill's been looking at these sort of bright, zesty colours, which are related back to the spring palette. But you were actually saying, you know, I wear those and I wear some that are a little bit more muted. So we've got out the spicy as well.
Yeah.
And what you can see here is the spicy is just a little bit kind of toasted down. It's a little bit softer. It's not quite as bright.
Yeah.
And the thing is what happens is as we get older, and particularly in our 40s, we start softening down.
Yes.
It depends how much sun we've had.
Yes.
How many drinks we've had. If we've had a drug habit.
Yes.
All those things will actually speed up or slow down aging.
Yeah.
And things like menopause too, it will slow down, you know, it will speed up your aging as well.
Yes.
So what you're finding is you're wearing all these colours.
Yes.
Because you're currently moving from one into the other.
Yeah, I'm in a sort of a transitional period from
Yes.
colouring and when we went to have our skin checked, which we regularly do in Queensland to see if, you know, any moles are dangerously changing shape. One of the things that the doctor said to me was, your skin is going to rapidly age, because I had 3 really bad sunburns as a child and the damage was done by the time I was 12, which was really good news, not. So, you know, I've started to notice that. But the other thing too is eyes, and how the whiteness of the eyes goes a bit more milky. Yes. And what that does for contrast and colours that I feel comfortable in. And that's something else you talk to people about quite a lot too.
Yes, and often you'll find too is that I tend to find that warm people have slightly more carotene in their eyes, so they look a little bit yellower.
Yeah.
While cool people often have less carotene, and so their eyes whites look whiter.
Yes.
Or sometimes even almost a blue white.
Yes.
And so that will affect the right white for you. And in fact, we might do a whole video on what's the right white and talk about whites.
Yeah.
But one of the things that I discovered when I was creating the colour system is I kind of was traditionally a winter kind of colour, which is this dramatic palette, and that's what I am now. But I remember looking at the system I used, I was going to jump from that to this very muted down palette. And I remember at the time thinking, I'm not going to just one day wake up.
Yeah, it's too dramatic a shift.
Yeah, and not, you know, not be able to wear these bright colours and only be able to wear these really greyed down ones. So what I actually figured out was there was the step in between, and this is where these elegant colours fit in. And you can see that it's just the nuance between the colours.
Yeah.
They're just being stepped down rather than doing a dramatic shift. So I sometimes wear, and I'll probably wear a few of these elegant colours.
Yes.
It'll be the brighter dramatic ones and sometimes the slightly softer elegant ones, but I can't really pull off these really greyed down ones. I tend to look very drab.
Yes.
If I put these on at the moment.
Yeah.
So I know that that's where I'm headed,
yes.
but I'm enjoying the bright while I still can.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's what it's all about, isn't it? And making sure that you are still the star of your own
yes.
show, that your clothing are not upstaging you.
Yes, because there are colours that are brighter than this, and when I put on the super bright colours, like the more fluorescent sort of colours, I just go, they're wearing me, not me wearing the colours. So it's getting that balance between your colours and the brightest colours you can wear.
Yes.
And you're wearing the colours so you look great.
Yes.
You know, that colour brings out your eyes, not, I love that red jacket or whatever it is, where all you notice is the colour first.
Yeah. And so I guess that's the message, is as we age to think about how your own colouring is in transition and is shifting. Yes. So that you're adjusting your colours and always looking your best and feeling great.
Yes. And it's something too that often people will look at, say, the more grey down colours and think, oh, they just look old lady. It's all about the style of the clothes too.
Yes.
You can get any, you know, colour and it's the style. Whether it will look old or whether it will look young, it doesn't matter about the colour. And the other thing to think about is that that the style reflects your personality, and you also the contrast. You can actually make a colour look brighter or more muted depending on what you put it next to, and that's actually going to be the topic of our next video.
Excellent. I'm looking forward to that. See you in that video.
Thanks, Jill.